This one's great, yeah.
Is that
I
like
got
a
a strap lock on the bottom of this. I got it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And what it does, it keeps this, it keeps your strap from, because I keep a string on it just in case it pops up. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
but the
Cool.
strap lock. But for an acoustic, you had to get a special one.
Okay.
Actually, yours would be fine with your
They
nut down there.
modded it because this didn't come with it, so they had to.
Yeah,
drill
yeah.
into it.
But I like that. That's why I play the Little Martin, so I can throw it on my back to do,
Nice.
stand up and pull it back out to do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Although I stopped not playing. I would never put it on my back anymore.
I know it's nice to have it because if a joke doesn't go well, you can just like, that joke didn't go well.
You may not like what I'm talking about, but you might like the tune I'm playing.
You know? Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah.
It's songs in the key of funny, make
That's where it goes.
sing music and comedy.
Here we go.
It's
All
like
right.
everything you could wish for. It's like an opera singer covered in bees. It's like hearing your favorite song while you eat your favorite cheese. It's funny songs and funny stories. It's songs in the key of funny. Funny songs and the stories behind them.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to Songs in the Key of Funny. I'm Kristen Key, and this week my co-host is Shaun Fisher,
Hello.
beatbox extraordinaire and comedy improv guru. Joining me in the co-host seat, which I hope many more times to come in the future.
I would be honored.
That'd be
Very
awesome.
privileged.
So it's going to be a really fun week having him on the show. He was so good last week that we just had to bring him back.
Oh shit.
And so this week, we have a wonderful guest. As always, we're honoring the musical comedians of today. And so to do that, we like to pay tribute and tip our hats to musical comedy of the past. Since our musical guest today has an album called Love Songs or something like that, we thought this week's theme should be love. And so the classic song this week is Adam Sandler's Grow Old With Me. If you don't know the song, it's featured on the movie The Wedding Singer. And I can't play it the way he does because I don't want to have any copyright issues. So give me a beatbox beat, something that... There we go. Well, maybe we'll funkify it. I want to make you smile when you're sad. Carry you around when your arthritis is bad. Oh, all I want to do is grow old with you. I want to grow old with you. And that's all we're going to play for copyright reasons. And that's this week's Classic Song of the Week. 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 See how easy that was?
Yeah.
All right, and so let's move into our guest this week. Our guest originally is from Jersey. He got to start in New York City. He's been on The Late Show with Jimmy Fallon. And he's got an album called Love Songs or something like that.
Yeah.
Giant audience. Please, a giant round of applause for Morgan J.
Thank you.
Settle down.
Hey, you sir, sit down. You can sit down, sir. I appreciate it. You can sit down.
So nice
Thank
to
you.
have you
Oh my
on.
God, thank you so much for having me.
I know, two guitar comics that we've never met. So this
I
is
know, it's
very
amazing.
exciting.
And it's, I've done a couple of shows where it's all music comedy, but I feel like those only last for like a month or two and then they run out.
We're on our way out right now.
Yeah, they just run out of musicians. So
This is
if you need any
episode 8.
suggestions, if you haven't added people, I can.
We
tell
would
you who-
love that. 'Cause
yeah.
we're about to start cycling back through.
Oh, okay.
Except we just made one our co-host. So
Have you interviewed the Femini Trio?
no, write that down.
They are this like sort of like a Dixie Chicks.
Noted.
Like I did a show with them in Hollywood, and they were so funny. And they sounded beautiful. So they're great, and I would highly recommend
Well,
them.
they'll be on next week, I'm sure. Actually, next week we have.
co-hosts.
Yeah.
That's how the show works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a short list of some people that you could,
Perfect.
because I've been meeting
That'd be
a couple
great.
of musical comedians on this road.
I used to know a lot, like a few more when I was first moved to LA, and I was in denial about being a musical comic
Oh,
because
yeah.
I would play at the end of my act, so I was kind of in the closet about it.
I know.
And I got invited to do a show called Strings of Comedy, and I was
Okay.
like, oh no, I'm more of a comic, I'm less of a musical comic. And then all these years later, I'm like, I should get in touch with those guys.
Yeah. There's a girl who plays the cello. Do you know that girl?
No.
Nina Daniels.
Maybe she plays the cello and does comedy too. She's
There
very
can't
fun.
be too many girls that play cello and do comedy.
Pat Reagan. I don't know if you've had Pat on here.
No,
Noted.
Yeah, I was
Noted.
gonna
Reagan's
say,
great.
Roxy the Fox is back there with a pen and a piece of
Um,
paper booking our show for the next
Got it,
year.
guys?
Yeah.
Thanks, Roxy.
Yeah.
So, before we get to know you, because I watched some of your videos, I just want to jump off with you
Sure.
playing. Yeah,
Oh,
I feel like
you
the
wanna hear
audience. Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
working on a new song, and I don't know what the actual melody is gonna be, but it's gonna be like kind of Boys to Many, and it's like it's about so a girl had called me and she told me that she had tested positive for chlamydia, and so
romantic.
relatable. So I went to the doctor like the next day, and on the way over there, this idea popped in about like a guy who has to tell this girl that he tested positive for something, but he also like, because I tested positive for loving you, something like that. So it's like, but you should probably get yourself checked out. You know, 'cause there's a yearning and a burning and an itch too. But baby girl, I gotta love. So I don't know, I gotta work it out. But that's the gist. It's like, it's the hook goes back to I tested positive for loving you, but every other verse he's like, but you know, I still love you and all this stuff, but you know, something might be going on and I forgot to, you know, like he's trying to backtrack. You know what I mean?
Now, was this written from a place of just straight up that's funny, or like oh that burns, but?
Oh no, I tested negative, but you know, if I might have been sleeping with another person, so I was nervous that maybe I might have given them something, but I was almost certain that, but I didn't, which is great.
I was told by somebody once, like, you probably have chlamydia, and I was like, that's not nice, you know.
Also, how could they?
Yeah, and it was like, it was a way of admitting I've been cheating on you, but it was.
Hey girl,
yeah.
I gotta let you know
Would this have made it better?
that I've been
This would've made
cheating
it
on you,
Oh, but it sounds so good.
but you know I love you still.
You cheated on me.
But I got something going on in my pantaloons. I think it's a problem. You should probably get yourself checked out soon. Yeah, something like that.
I think it's gonna go well.
Yeah. So
Noted.
Noted. You could have your next guest will be chlamydia on the show.
We're gonna get Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, if you have comments and questions for today's guest, since we are live, just messages at our Facebook page, and that's Songs in the Key of Funny, or on our YouTube page.
Today we're broadcasting live on flapperscomedy.com on
Ooh.
Facebook.
Wow, look at us. Okay, so
So-
wherever you find us, broadcasting live, we're on the Flappers page today?
Yes.
I'm sure people that are watching
Because
know that.
We
Hey,
have
guys.
lots
Hi.
of fans there.
So if you have any questions for Morgan, or you want to talk about love or STDs or getting tested for chlamydia,
Yeah.
go ahead and just chime in there.
Those are where, you know, love is what it's all about. So we focus. That's what I focus on, at least. So,
We've all been
So
there.
I have a lot. I always ask people about their dating. I want to know about what you guys are up to. Who are you dating? Who's loving you? Who's not loving you?
It's a good question. Is
Why is
a
it not
small
happening? Why is it
STD a
happening?
deal breaker for you guys?
No. I mean,
A small one.
I mean,
Tiniest
let's just
STD,
because there's
like-
some, there's a big gap in STD, because it's like between
I mean-
gonorrhea and like,
So-
keeping
Yeah.
it clean.
Full-blown
Keeping
AIDS.
it clean.
Yeah, no. I mean, I remember when I was in college, somebody told me they had HPV, and I freaked out because I didn't know anything about anything, And then now I'm not gonna say how old I am, but now it's like not a big deal. But
Okay.
when that girl told me she had it, I was like, all right, cool, thank you. I'll just go. I wasn't like, what? Why? It's. I mean, people are sexually active,
Yeah, I'm 73, but
So- You look
no,
fantastic.
I-
You look
I-
fantastic.
Thank you. I'm a spry 73. I'm a terrible 20-something.
you moisturize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
often.
Great.
But no, I had an ex who was feeling very vengeful and called me and was like, guess what? You need to go get tested because I have chlamydia, syphilis, blah 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 blah. At the time, I was living with my then new girlfriend, current
Double
wife,
whammy.
and we were living with her family for a few months while we were planning to move to New York. So this all went down like while I was living at her parents' house, and I was like, this is the worst time for this to happen.
Yeah.
And it turned out after the test that it was just both of us were fine. So I wonder if it was just like
She was
a
messing with you.
malicious.
No, it was
like,
malicious for
oh,
sure.
this would inconvenience you. Just it being a lie would be terrible.
My biggest fear is a girl getting pregnant out of spite. So.
That's how the body gets pregnant.
That's out of
Sometimes
spite.
It's a spite pregnancy. I was
out
so
of
mad.
spite, she just locks me down. I'm pregnant.
Noted.
Noted. Thank you.
I didn't even
Thank
do it. I just got pregnant because I was so angry.
you. Yeah.
I'm keeping it.
But do you guys have partners? You guys have lovers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you been with your partner for?
I got married in March.
What?
Yeah,
He's a newlywed.
You got married at 73? That's
yeah,
nuts.
You know, it took a while to find her. We've been together 8 years at this point.
Oh,
so
wow, okay.
We met when I was 65.
No, but what are you, like in your
Good
early
at
mid-
math.
28. We met when I was 19.
Wow,
First year,
good for you, man.
freshman,
Wow.
college.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes. I reserve the right to not answer it.
Is this like the only person you've been with?
No.
Okay.
That was a fair question, though.
That is a fair question.
That's a fair question.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18, so
Mm.
college, first year of college.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
What about you?
I'm asking the question.
All right, go for it.
I'm married. We've been married for 4 years, me and my wife, but we've been
Yeah.
together for 11.
Wow.
She's a wonderful person. She's
You've been together for 11 years?
Uh huh.
I always ask people because you guys still like on the regs, like touching each other. I'm sorry, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we hold hands and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I
We
mean.
like each other.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've been with the same girl for 8 years. We've never consummated. We just touch each other. We like just hold hands the whole time.
Just,
No, I'm just
I like
kidding.
the way her neck
No, I'm just
smells.
kidding.
That's all. You know,
Yeah.
We never go any further than that. But
Okay, cool.
in this age, that's all you got to do. So how did you get into the world of musical comedy?
Well, I come from a musical background. So my dad was actually a pop star in Argentina. And so
Someone we would know if we were Argentinian?
maybe he was way older. He was 20 years older than my mom. So he was an old dad, and he's since passed away. But for like the life of a pop star isn't a long one. So for like a couple years, he was a pop star there. He would travel all through South America, all through Europe. He had a whole stage name. I mean, he was like killing the game.
Can you say who he was?
Oh yeah, his name is Ricardo Roda. And if you Googled it, YouTube, he has more hits than I do on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Ricardo Roda, and
Was that his guitar?
no, but this little heart, I don't know if you can see, is a little tribute to him
Oh,
because
that's cool.
I have an older guitar of his like this that has a heart, and I put it on my guitar, and I think it's nice. I was able to find it on Amazon. It's
That's
like the
way
same kind of
cool.
heart. It's a little. I also have patches on my back that I'm slowly adding. I want to add more patches to it. So like I got to play at Playboy. A good friend of mine gave me a Jeff Goldblum Appreciation Society
That's a
patch.
great patch.
These are patches for clothes, but I just get some spray adhesive and I spray it on the back here. And a dude gave me this because he was into horses and he liked my music, so he gave it to me.
All right.
So if you guys have Flappers has any patches, I'm down to put a patch on here. Noted.
I have an
If
ice
you
cream
play a
sandwich
song,
patch.
I'll give you a patch.
Okay, I'm down. All right.
Rock and roll.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, on the spot.
Like one of my songs,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
okay?
I saw your YouTube video. You got
I got so many
you
songs.
got so many songs.
And I just keep writing them. And I've been writing real songs. I've written kids songs now. Kids songs is where it's at, man.
I
I'm
want
trying
to
get
talk
that Raffy
about
money.
that. I
want
want
to
to
get
talk
that
about
Raffy
that,
money,
by the
man.
way. Yeah.
I want to get that Raffy money. I got
Do you want
this.
to play a kid song? Or you want to play one of your
What are one of the kids songs
comedy
that?
songs?
Well, what
Roxy
I,
the Fox would love to hear a kid song.
so what I do? Okay,
The
what I
voice in
do
my
is.
head just came
So
back.
one of the things I do is for kids' parties, I actually turn, because I do that sometimes, I turn pop songs into kids' songs. So, and it's because it's like a parody, there's no issue with the copyright, just so you know.
Okay.
So I'll do two examples of what I do. So this first one is called Train Operator, right? So you can see where this is going. So it's like, Train Operator,
Right.
toot toot, train operator, toot toot, train operator, toot toot, train. And then will have shakers, like, and they go coast to coast, LA. And they do the sun, and I just change the words up a little bit. The sun will shine. And then the one that the parents really dig. Parents dig that one, and then they like this one. So when I say I know who I want to tuck me in, y'all are gonna say mommy,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do it a second time. You'll say daddy. Okay, so it's like nappy time, time to go to bed and dream all of your favorite dreams. I know who I wanna tuck me in.
Mommy!
I know who I wanna tuck me in. Daddy, nappy time, time to go to bed with your mom. So don't come into the room. I don't do that part. I don't do that part for the parties, but I do like, what is it? If you like peanut butter and jelly, so much jelly on toast, you should go and ring your bell. Do those little,
Oh.
so it's a lot of fun. People like it.
Wow.
And I actually do that during my comedy sets now, because I'll do like a dirty song, and then I'll say I do.
Bring it back.
And then I'll
back.
do kids songs,
Hand out a bunch of shakers.
and then they're like, they think it's a joke, obviously, because I sang a song about like licking a butt, and then I sing a song about like a kid's song. So very dynamic sets I put together. Very dynamic. Very dynamic.
When you first started playing music, did you immediately know you were going to go comedy, or did you have
No.
aspirations of being a pop star as well?
Never. I played piano for 10 years. I hated practicing. Then I picked up a guitar at around 16 or 17, and then I would just play for myself. I took like 2 months of lessons. I never thought I had a good voice. Like I was in chorus, because there's just so many Beyonce. There's just so many talented musicians. So I was like,
You sound nothing like Beyonce.
I know,
You're
and,
correct.
and I've learned to appreciate my voice, and it's like a special voice, and
Yeah.
so now I'm not as like. I remember when I first picked it up to do, because I did stand up for 6 years, and then I'll do jokes between songs, but then I switched to music comedy, and then I remember the first I just said I'm gonna do a summer and I'm just write a couple songs and I'll just try that for like open mics and shows and stuff, and it ended up really going well. And I remember that first summer I was doing it, I would shake, like my voice would tremble doing it. But now, get ready.
Different world.
Because now I love it. It's so much fun for me, and I feel like I finally found that thing that kind of belongs to me, which is nice. Not to say that everybody does music comedy, but I feel like I'm doing something a little bit different. It's like R&B. It's like I don't know.
You found your pocket.
But then again,
Just chill. You have a nice relaxing.
Yeah.
Like people can relax and then laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R. Kelly's been doing it for decades, so it's very I mean, he literally has songs that are way dirtier and funnier, but like they're not meant to be funny. Look up this song on YouTube called "At the Same Time." At the Same Time. It's not on any of his albums. It's a deep cut.
Okay.
Well, it's great when two people can do something at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, yeah, I get it now.
There's another one called "The Jungle," which is ridiculous. It's like about two people making love, like they're in a jungle, and the hook is like, ooh, 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 ah, 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 in your cage of ecstasy. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
This is what a jungle's
Gonna watch that when I get home.
You gotta watch it when you get home. It's very silly. So, yeah, that's how I made the switch, and I just kept writing songs. It's annoying because it's like, when you do music comedy, you guys know that you get like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and all my songs are like real songs and they're like longer. So
What do you do? Do you ever change them, or do you keep them exactly the way they are?
Well, now if let's say I get like a 10-minute set, I'll do one song and I'll do the rest crowd work.
Okay.
So like last night I had a 10-minute set. I did 3 or 4 minutes of crowd work, messing with the crowd and music, and then I did one song. But if I have like 12 to 14 minutes, I could do like 2 songs.
What's
easy.
your average song length?
I would say at least 4 minutes, and then up to, but like the best ones are a little bit longer. It's about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The people's favorite song is
It's a great song.
it's about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And depending on how the crowd is going, if it's like a hot crowd, it could take longer because the laughs, and I might I leave a little bit of room in all my songs to like milk a part of it. There's like these little parts. They're all the same. The songs are played all the same, but there's little parts in the songs where I can improvise and mess around in the songs, So it might end up being longer. My longest song is about 10 minutes.
Which one's that?
That one is called "Single Now." It's a clean song. It's a story. It's probably my favorite song that I've written.
Will you
Love to hear
Will you
it.
play it for
Alright,
us?
I'm gonna get my capo real quick.
You can't leave. You can't leave the pod, of course.
But this one is a story. This one, I never open with this song because it's my longest song and it requires a lot of attention, and I only play it if the crowd is really on board with me. So usually I'll open with this song called "Brains and Titties."
It's a good song too. It's got a good
I'll
video
open,
as well.
I'll open with that because that way everybody knows what they're getting into, and then I'll usually do ... because that's a little bit like smarter and not as dirty. And then I have a song about breakups that's like really hard. I like to take the audience through like an emotional journey, because I think once you make them laugh a lot, I have this one song about breakups that like nobody sees coming, and I've literally had people after the show, like they're after the set. It's usually men. They're like, "Hey man, that song." Just like, I mean, it really, I don't know. I just loved it. I don't know. So anyway, this is this song is called "Single Now," and this song is about, and you guys asked for it, and it's a little bit longer. but it's about when you're talking to a girl at a party or a guy or whatever, and they tell you, you've been talking for like a half hour, and all of a sudden they tell you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you're like, why didn't you tell me sooner? It's like, what is that about? So, it all started at a party a couple weeks ago. Saw this girl standing in the sorry. Saw this girl let me do it again. Saw this girl standing in the corner, black dress, polka dots and painted toes. I asked my friend, who that? He's like, her name is Cat, and I should probably try to hit that. I'm like, I'm on my way, what should I say to make this babe my babe? Hey girl, your dress looks so nice. She blushes, I dress like this all the time. Now I'm in fast forward and we vibing. I don't want this moment to end until we talking about a movie we saw. And she said, I saw it with my boyfriend. Oh no, 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 is what I thought in my brain. Outside, I'm smiling. Inside, I try to hide my pain. I thought we had a chance, a possibility. I wish she could be single now, single now, single now. Couple days later, I see her at Whole Foods, and she looks like she's in a bad mood. I'm like, how are you? She's like, not too cool. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, it's my dude. I'm like, what he do? She's like, he always rude. I'm like, you don't deserve that. She shrugs it off and asks what I'm making. I'm like, a homemade tomato sauce. I see her wheel spinning. He cute, he funny, and he cook like a boss. And then she stops me before it goes. This is so dope. I'm getting so excited about this. So fun.
Pretty awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Before you go, I thought I'd let you know I got an art show, gonna be super casual. I play it cool, she gives me her number. I say I'll try to roll through. This looks like another opportunity, and I think she wishes she could be single now, single now, single now. This is so dope. Okay. Week later, I'm downtown outside, fancy art studio. Tried to get one of my homeboys to come with, but I just ended up rolling solo. I walk in, hugs, hellos, how are yous? I need to know what's up with her boyfriend. You know what to do, but then she starts talking about her art. She's like, I kind of want to get into sculpting. Subtractive sculpting seems really cool. And I thought about doing additive sculpting, but like, if you mess up, you can't go back and fix it, and it's kind of like a messy medium. And then I thought about like doing charcoal drawings, but it's like, my art's important to me, and this goes on a little bit too long. So I asked discreetly how her boyfriend be. She's like, well, oh my God, finally. And then she confesses, we can never stop fighting, and I was never ever happy. Oh yeah, 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 is what I thought in my brain. Inside, my heart is bursting. Outside, I sympathize with her pain. Oh, Cat, that's too bad. That's really, really sad. But between you and me, guys, I'm really, really glad we're both single now, single now, single now. So the reason why this song is so long is because it's there's two endings to the song. And normally I give the audience, I'm like, all right, guys, do you want to hear a happy ending or a sad ending? So which one would you want to hear?
Sad.
So I'll do both of them. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I usually end up doing both of them. And I'll do both of them for you. And I'll do the sad ending first. Here we go. 20 years later, I'm visiting my kids on a weekends. I really thought that this chick was my friend, But she took half of my possessions, and now I live in Marina Del Rey with a bunch of other divorcees, and I partially own a Chipotle, and at night I sell my old merch on eBay. But that's okay, whatever, I'm fine with it. I guess I'll go back to being single now, single now, single now. Yes, here's the happy ending. Month later, I'm dating this chick, and it's not going the way I thought it would. Cause you know, sometimes you meet somebody, and you build up this fantasy of what they might be like, and you find out you're not sexually compatible. And she sucks at her art, and I can't date somebody who doesn't inspire me, somebody who's not talented or ambitious. I kind of freestyle with this part. I can get down with that, so if it messes up it's okay. I can get down with that. So maybe you're in the audience right now and like you've been dating somebody for like a year. Usually I do some crowd work and I do a little poking around so I bring it back. It's funny. And maybe you're gonna end up getting divorced in like 5 years, and I'm sorry, but like it's okay because you'll be single. Or maybe you're gonna be dating somebody for a while and you're gonna enter into a domestic partnership and you're gonna swing and go to sex parties, and that's like your life, because love isn't about possession. It's about being independent. It's about like doing your own thing but having a partner in crime. You know what I'm saying? I did that for a little bit once, and I would just like feel empty inside at the end of the night and like check my ex-girlfriend's Instagram. Single now, single. No, 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 single now, single now, single. No, 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 no. So that's sort of how it goes. So it's a longer one, and if you get. And like,
That was a good song.
and I try to, that's one of those like manifesto songs where you kind of put like your ideas about relationships in it, you know?
Noted.
You know what I mean? Because it's like everybody really has like this, like some sort of idea of what's going to turn out. But I usually say in the beginning, like, you know, life never really turns out the way you think it is. And
No.
I mean, you guys are both married, and you know, it probably isn't going to work. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? It made being single sound wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, everybody, I mean, my brother's been married for, he's been with the same girl for like 14 years, and he's given me some insights into that. And it's like his college sweetheart, and he's like, she's my best friend. I mean, listen, you know, obviously things aren't the same like when we first started out, but, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way, you know what I mean? And they're raising 2 kids. It's like a different thing. It's like you could learn a lot from being with one person for 40 years, and you could learn a lot from like dating a lot of people for 40 years, you know?
I thought you were going to do the happy ending.
Oh, they all sad. No, I think the one where you don't end up with a person. I'm trying to put a twist on it. Like, even if you, even if you end up separated, or, you know, there's still like a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, I mean, I have a lot of conversations with strangers. I'll just strike up a conversation about. I mean, I met a woman. She was married for like 36 years, and she got divorced after 36 years. So you think after that long a time. Yeah. Sir, I told you to sit down. Can we? Thank you. We're getting him out of here.
You guys know where I stand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and after 36 years of marriage, she like called it quits, and she was a very beautiful older woman, and she seemed very happy. I don't know, there's chatters and people. I think Dana Carvey has a really funny, I mean, especially had a funny joke about like, you know, you're together with somebody for 30 years, and it's like, I still have another 30 years left with this person. It's like, we weren't supposed to be together this long. This is not how, I don't know how the joke went, but it's on a special. It's very funny. I think I had some funny insights about it.
Like when people live to 47 because they just died of starvation.
Right. We would have been, you know, plundered already by now if this was like 200 years ago. Somebody would have came in and plundered us. I'm going to plunder you, girl. I'm going to plunder that, you know, girl, like.
What does that even mean? What is
Improvised plunder song.
Plunder. Yeah, let's do it.
What's your favorite key?
I usually do
Front.
this is an easy one, a little 1-4-5. It's like, it's the La Bamba. 'Cause I saw you over there with the long curly hair, and I said to myself, I gotta get under those sheets, do a little plundering. Can I plunder? Can I plunder? Can I plunder? You're down under. Can I plunder? 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 You're down under. Is that, I don't know, we do a lot, you know?
I feel plundered.
There was another word I wanted to put in there, but because we want to keep it PG, because plunder has a good alliteration effect with that. It rhymes with wussy.
Oh,
Plunder that,
right.
plunder
Yeah.
that. You know, it would have been great, but I don't want. Sometimes you know, that's a TV edit. You know, it's the college market.
Plunder your down under.
Plunder your down under.
I think it's gonna be a hit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's going big.
Yeah. So that's how do we get into this? Oh yeah, the long songs and what we do. Yeah.
So who were your influences when you were a young guitar playing lad? Like.
Oh well, so I'm Brazilian and Italian. My dad was raised in Argentina. My mom was raised in Brazil. So I love bossa nova. So if you don't know bossa nova,
Roxy the Fox hates it.
Yeah, it was a genre of music that happened like I want to say in like the late 50s, part through the 60s. That was like a huge phenomenon. The most popular song is "The Girl from Ipanema."
Oh God, it's a great song.
Something like that. Oh, is it? Tall and tan and young and lovely. I forget that. It's all seventh chord. And then when you goes,
What a
you guys
pretty
know
girl,
it?
yeah.
So that's the genre of music, and a lot of my chords and songs are like that. It's all like sevenths and yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the chord. That's one of my songs. I do Netflix and Wine and that whole progression. But I love it. But I've been struggling to do the rhythm and sing at the same time. The bossa nova rhythm is one of the hardest rhythms. I don't even know how to do it. It's sort of like, it's similar to that, but they do this, they add a little.
Oh yeah.
So.
I wanna plunder
Yeah.
down under at the buffet bar. I'm gonna eat some shrimp and mashed potatoes while I plunder you down under. Ooh, parking my car is a valet guy looking pretty fly, a pretty fly valet guy.
I would come in, but I would immediately lose the rhythm. If
I
I started
what
singing.
I'm singing about.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes and a
Yeah, if I tried
ballet.
to come in, I would lose the rhythm
Shrimp and mashed
immediately.
potatoes, a very interesting combination.
Yeah.
Don't
What
it
do you
sound
like to eat at a bossa nova bar?
Yeah.
It's like a
So-
bossa nova golden corral.
In my head, I was in heaven. I was like, shrimp and mashed potatoes sound amazing. I wish somebody would park my car.
Lobster.
Do like maybe a
I
food
know.
porn song would be pretty good. Like a song about food porn.
Food porn? Yeah.
Yeah. Just like,
Food
Sexy
porn.
food.
Do it.
Sexy
you know what I'm saying? It's like a.
Nice, like
Improvise
R&B.
food porn song.
What would we do it? In? I actually have an app that's it's really lame when I write songs sometimes, and the way it works, it's called auto chords. It's really, really wonderful if you're not feeling inspired. You just open it up. I don't know if you could see it. Big
Auto
plug for this
chords.
app.
Okay.
And you just press shuffle, and it will give you a chord progression, and it will give you the alternate chords, and it will give you like all the different things. And then not only that, this is a positive chord progression, but you could change it. There's one in here. You see like nostalgic, pop, quick and easy. So there's one called Sad Dennis. So I feel like we should try to do a food porn song in the Sad Dennis
All right.
progression. It's all my
There's a sad and a sad Dennis. There's
B minor, A minor, E minor, C minor. I'll put that over here. for
All
a
right.
second. Is that cool?
Yeah, right there.
Turn on the Food Network today. I don't like. Can we cut the C out of here? Can we cut the C out of here?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the C in there. Let's try it again.
Yep.
Sorry. Turned on the Food Network today. Mario Batali was cooking something so tasty.
Tasty.
Haven't touched a woman in like 3 weeks. There's something in my pants. It's starting to reek, 'cause I'm watching food porn. Watching food porn. Feeling feelings I can't ignore. Food porn. Gonna have to take care of myself. Thank God my family's not home. 'Cause I'm watching food porn. And I'm watching food porn. Just saw a commercial for Cupcake Wars. Might as well call me a nasty, nasty whore.
Nasty whore.
'Cause I'm watching food porn.
Food porn.
Yeah. I'm watching food porn. Going down under with Anthony Bourdain. Oh my God, my towel is covered in stains. Marinara sauce on the left. Ooh, yeah, a little bit of ranch and blue cheese on the right. Oh no, just a mistake. That's a little more clear than I thought it would be. Food porn, food porn, food porn, and my name is Sad Dennis.
I'll have what she's having.
Yes, that's the way to end it. So this is fun, you know.
This is fun. This is good. All right.
When
No
you
more
write
guests.
When you guys write songs, what do you have like a process for it? What do you guys normally do? What would you do? What do you say? What do you do to write the song? I'm always curious about this.
I usually go tune first, like
Yeah, okay.
like
Melody?
progression first,
Sure, yeah.
and then when I get something that, depending on the progression, like I had that for like a week, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Of course, it just marinates in your brain.
And
for a while.
my wife was she was asking what I was gonna do with it, and she was on the HOA board that week,
Okay.
very upset, and so I wrote a song about hating my neighbor. But
Okay.
that one was kind of improvised on the spot.
Yeah.
The first couple lines of it, and usually that's how it goes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'll
totally.
write just like oh, this is funny, and then I'll sit down and
Edit it.
write the
or
rest.
down. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But usually it starts with a progression that
That's
I
what
like
do,
a lot.
It's
Yeah.
just- it's basically-
That I'm gonna get.
Well, what's really cool, like, so once you get the chord progression, I always like mine to be a little bit funkier and more 70, because I have like the jazzy R&B sound, so I
Yeah.
try to milk that. So whatever, like that progression, I would have done like I would have done like a minor 7 to like a, you know, like say, food porn, girl, you know what I'm saying, food porn. Girl, take your clothes off. Gonna get a slice of pizza. Tell me where you want me to meet you. In the back of a mall. Maybe we can go to Sbarro's and have it all. Just you and me, what kind of toppings do you like? You might as well, we can get a Mike and Ike. There's no limits to what we can achieve. Just believe, just you and me. Food porn, yeah, food porn, food porn. I'll have what she's having all night. Oh, food porn, food porn. I'll have it once, not twice, but thrice. Food porn, food porn, food porn. Girl, you're leaving me wanting more and more and more. Do you like Italian sausage? Anyway, so that's fun. So we jazz it up. So I do sort of the same thing. I'll pick a chord progression. I'll put the record on for like a half hour, and then I'll just play for like a half hour, just improvising, and then I'll go back and listen to the whole thing and edit it.
Oh, so you record like your.
Yeah, I'll do like a half hour of just total improvised.
Wow. Okay.
Because sometimes, you know what it is? Sometimes, like, the lyrics for me get married to the melody, right? I think sometimes you could pick a chord progression and, like, write a song and write like a funny song about something, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes when I try to marry it to the melody, make them, like, one thing, the songs become something a little bit, they become more songy than jokey, which I think people tend to like, you know?
I would agree with that.
So I start with the melody first, so that way, because the feedback I get is like, you know, I thought your song was really funny, but I would also listen to it in my car,
Yeah.
like as a song. So I try to do it, but like, I just edit it down. A lot of editing. A lot of lines that don't make it. I
Oh.
mean, you know what it's like. It's a bummer because then you have the joke. You're like, oh, these lines are so
Got
funny.
a tremendously wordy few lines. And I'm like,
know.
I gotta, because my wife will always tell me it's just too much. I'm like, no, there's the perfect amount of words. She's like, lose this, this, and this. I'm like,
know. You know what I had
now
to
it's
learn?
easier to listen to. Yeah.
And you beatbox. What I had to learn when I started was like breathing.
Yeah.
So like you'd want to get all these lines and these words out, and you're like,
You get like.
I can't do it. You have to like cut the lines so you can breathe, and you don't realize that. And if you like to perform it live, it's a different story than to do it in a studio. Because a lot of rappers are like, but that's why they always have a hype man in their live acts, so they fill in they fill in the extra words that they can't say. Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Yeah, I would agree
So,
with that as well. I think.
I mean, you have like with beatboxing, it's even tougher because you're.
He
Yeah.
sneaks breaths in. He told me last week.
Yeah, it's
he
just
sneaks
about
breaths.
hiding.
He
It's
uses
about,
it.
It's about hiding the sound underneath. So like an outward T, right? If I'm like.
Wait.
If I do an inward T, where it's like.
Yeah.
Boots and cats and boots and
Yeah.
cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
It's like a
girl.
Oklahoma beatboxer.
That's all I've learned so far.
But yeah, I would say I start with melody as well, and then
Yeah.
melody inspires sort of like a feeling, and then think about that feeling. It's like when I feel this way, it's
Sure.
in relation to this.
Yeah. Do a lot of emoting. You know what podcast is really good? Song Exploder. If you ever heard of that one. Amazing. I'm like plugging other. I'm sorry.
No,
but
might as well.
But
yeah.
that one like dissects like artists who are musicians who like they go like track by track and how they wrote the song and how they get into it. And what's really fun about it, sometimes you learn that musicians are just like normal people and they're like, I wrote that because I thought it sounded cool.
That's why I've read,
Which
I
is
read a
great.
couple Beatles books and about
So-
their writing process.
so
Same
good.
thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the yeah.
It rhymed with, sunset rhymed with something.
Fun time.
Fun, but you know what I mean? It's like, sometimes that's it. Sometimes like, how did you come up with that? I was like, well, I just sounded okay, so.
Those words sounded good together, so I
Do you
used
get a
them.
lot of pushback when you do shows with music comedy?
What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes I'm the only musical comedian on a lineup.
Oh man,
And they're like, here we go.
I mean, I literally after a show, I have people come up to me and they're like, when you walked on with your guitar, I was like, nope, I don't like this guy.
Yo.
And then they're like, yeah, but then I really enjoyed you. And you're like,
Yeah.
why did you even come in here with that attitude?
Right. It's like you like music outside of this setting.
Yeah, right? Why wouldn't you like it?
I'm just not
Yeah.
a music person.
this is why I stayed in the closet as a music comic for so long. I was like, I'll play it at the end as a closer, but I won't play it throughout. And eventually, one of my manager was like, you like to play. I'm like, I love to play. You're like, you should play throughout your set. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, then I'd be a guitar comic. She's like, I hate to break it to you, but you're a guitar comic.
And it's like, and then they're like, well, where's that gonna go? But there's like so many successful models of music comedy
For sure.
that it's like, why is this an issue?
Henry Phillips.
Henry Phillips,
Never
Adam
heard of
Sandler, Stephen Lynch, Flight of the Conchords, Garfunkel and Oates, Reggie Watts. All these people are funny people.
And I would say that the consolidation of words and syllables is applicable to both comedy
100%.
It's helped my joke
songwriting.
writing. Like
100%.
embracing songwriting is it 100% helped my joke writing. Like take a lot of words out, edit more, get phonetically funnier.
Have you guys
Yes.
heard of good, awesome, fantastic, spectacular?
No, I haven't, but I
So
like the name of
it's
that.
4 different ways to say the same thing. So it's just a little thing that I keep in mind when
Oh.
I'm thinking of how to cut down syllables and stuff. You don't have
Yeah.
to really change what you're trying to say, but you might have to
100%.
find a quicker way to say it. So yeah,
100%.
I like the way you say 100.
100%.
Yeah. How do you say 100? 100?
100%. I don't know if it's a New Jersey thing.
100%.
100.
100%.
100.
100%.
I say 100. I think it's
100%.
There's a
close.
commercial on Hulu right now for dog food, and the lady enunciates everything. It's like, pure
Yeah.
dog food, blah, blah. It's 100%. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, she says 100.
They
I think
are
I do too
meticulous
now. I'm
about
getting
that.
really
I've been doing it all day. I'm like, do I say 100 or 100?
100%.
100. How do you say it, Roxy?
100.
like a demon.
Like an
Perfect.
angry doll.
100.
It's a $100. It's a $100. You like full massage?
Oh, like a Benjamin Franklin, like 100.
$100.
$100.
$100. Have we had any comments today?
Yo, can I get 100?
Yes.
Can I get
What are our comments
I
today?
was going to ring the bell, but you guys talk too much.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's a podcast. What else are we supposed to do?
What kind of comments we got?
Oh, we have a bell ringing. People are saying things. Yes.
What are they saying?
Do you have to be a good musician to be a comedy musician?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I answer that for all three?
Yeah, I think you do. And
I'm gonna let you field that one.
I think you do. I think you have to have some level of musicality because if you don't, it's gonna. Because I've seen people go on stage like they just learned one song, and they're like don't even know how to like strum, and it's a whole, because if people could tell you're not polished on stage, they're gonna lose all faith in the bit, and then so you have to have some level of musicality. You have to be able to know how to do it. I don't think I'm a great musician.
I think you are.
I agree.
Or you sell it
Like I don't
really well.
know
You
theory.
sell it really
I literally
well.
know shapes, but if you're like, can you play the root of the A minor fifth, and I would be like, I don't know where that goes, so I'm just gonna play this one.
I don't understand what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't know
But I
any
think,
theory.
yeah.
But I think the classical music helped me with at least melodies, you know,
Yep.
and being able to, because playing classical music, I could drop into. Easy for me to improvise melodies. I could drop into a chord progression pretty easily.
Yeah.
Some people it's hard for them. I mean, you guys get it. You guys are
You
good at
can
it.
hear it and pick it up.
Yeah, you're just like, all right.
I think when people are first starting to do music comedy, I think it's important to master your craft on at least one side of it.
Sure. Oh,
Either
yeah.
be a really good comedian
Yeah.
that's learning to play the guitar, and so if you're faltering at the guitar, you're a really good comedian behind it, or be an extremely good guitar player
Yeah.
that's learning comedy, and that way if your comedy falters, you can fall back on your guitar, but at least be really good at one of them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Yeah.
did. Stand up for 6 years.
Yeah.
Only jokes. So when
Yeah.
I switched over to
It's
this,
the
it
same
felt
thing, about 10, yeah.
yeah. So it felt like eventually they sort of came together and it felt right.
Yeah, I was learning guitar in the background.
Right.
Stand up here, and then when they met, they were like, "Oh, okay, we're almost we're on the same
Yeah.
path."
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think.
How about your mouth drums? How did those?
Yeah, how does that
How
happen?
do you learn mouth drums?
You just pick up.
You're just like an
sounds.
annoying kid growing up,
Yeah.
and people are like, I guess you should be annoying forever. No,
It
I'm just
started
kidding.
out as a teen project, that's really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say, for me, it's more of like listening to different genres and
okay.
whether it's classical or something like that, and picking up the tones of it, so that if I were in a situation where someone's like, we need kind of like a beat, but it's sort of classically inspired, you know, so I can do like Pachelbel's Canon, where it's like.
Coming to the stage.
But yeah, so I think it's just like being a fan of music first, and to play off of what you were saying, if I were to come up here and not be good at beatboxing and just be like, boots in, cats a cut, and like try to play it off that way, I think it would come off as a parody.
I saw these 18-year-old, like 19-year-old kids who were they were like doing improvised musical comedy.
Mhm.
They were like 19 and like young, and she just started out, and they improvised this whole rap, and it was just like very tough to watch. And like I know they're like super young, of course they're not gonna, but it's like, but you know what the thing is, if they do this for the next 10 years and just keep doing that, I'm sure in 10 years they're gonna be like insanely phenomenal.
But yeah, but I think if
You would
you're,
hope.
especially if you're consciously trying to like wink at the audience, like, you know this is bad, I know this is bad, I think their tolerance for that is much lower than if
Yeah.
someone who is up here like, I'm genuinely trying at this.
Just keep
Right.
going, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. You can't, you don't knock yourself on stage unless you know how to like do. Like if your joke bombs, like obviously make fun of yourself.
Sure.
But
And I think rap specifically, as far as like a musical comedy genre, has a big issue with that too, because it's just like it's easier to be hokey and like 80s rap
Right, right.
because you don't want to be out there trying.
I'm doing this ironically. Well,
Yeah,
do
it's
it
that
well.
detachment,
Yeah, do
right?
it. Yeah, embrace it if you're
Yeah.
gonna do it.
That's how I feel on that.
I like how you
Embrace
feel.
that shit. Taki mushrooms. Haha, I fixed it.
well, I see up here they wanted us to try to improvise a song off of one of my jokes.
Sure.
Okay, as a musical comedian, haven't you done that? I mean, or written?
Yeah, I mean, like.
Or do you have any
the
straight
joke
jokes that? Yeah.
Well, I've been doing a little. I have this one joke that I've been doing about dating and non-negotiables. About like, you know, when I'm dating, number one, she has to have a nice, beautiful smile. You know. Number two, she's got to be talented and ambitious. Number three, she's got to be a dude, straight up. And then I go into like, I'm kind of reluctant to date a girl who messes with a lot of crystals. I once dated a girl, she had 7 crystals. She got 7 crystals inside her. Yeah, it's too many crystals. Surprisingly, her name was Quartz. It's okay. She had a funky aura. Didn't know if it was her aura or if she just farted a lot. Okay.
Ooh, funky crystal.
Funky crystal
Smelling
lady.
funny.
Funky crystal lady. She also had a dream catcher tattoo on her booty boo boo.
Booty boop boop.
She had a feather in her ear. I was like, are we gonna make love tonight? Or are we just gonna vibrate at the same frequency? Staring at each other lovingly. What am I doing here? Lady with a lot of crystals. Lady with a lot of crystals. Lady with a lot of crystals.
Funky crystal.
Funky crystal. Funky crystal. Funky crystal. Funky crystal.
I was sitting there. She's this girl has no spaz. I was looking at her and I saw on her neck she was wearing a topaz. So looking at that topaz necklace, I'm like, that is fire. She says it's not topaz, it's just yellow sapphire. I'm not a liar, I didn't know, could not tell. And she said, and because of that, I know that we won't gel. And so I need you to just go ahead and leave me alone, sir. I'll be moving to Sedona, Arizona, with my too many crystals.
She got a funky crystals.
I got too
Funky
many
crystal
crystals.
lady. Funky
You
crystal
know I got
lady.
crystals by the fistful.
Crystals by the pistols.
That's like too many crystals.
Too many crystals. Too many crystals. Why don't you go to a doctor to fix what's going on? 'Cause medical help is pretty good for you. It's scientific, it's been proven in so much literature. Too many crystals.
She was going so spastic,
Too many crystals.
using crystals for homeopathic.
Yeah. Too many crystals.
If the injury is not drastic,
Do you wanna drink some of this tea?
no wood or crystals, never plastic.
It's
Gotta have
actually
it.
peyote.
Funky
Pay your
crystals.
teeth. It's pay
Funky
your teeth.
crystals.
Got a little
Funky
bit of pay your
crystals.
teeth. Pay your teeth,
Funky
teeth, teeth.
crystals. Trying to foil me.
Yeah.
Essential oil me. Funky crystal. Funky crystal. Funky crystal.
Yeah, they so funky. Yeah, they so funky. They so funky. They probably come from
What's
a
my
country
retort?
where they got monkeys.
Take me to a nudist resort now.
Yeah.
Funky crystal.
Funky crystals.
Funky crystal.
Hedonism 2.0. Negril, Jamaica. Just you and me. Gotta let you know. Crystals. Yeah, that's fun. Cool. Funky crystals.
Dedicated to all the meth addicts across the country.
Oh,
Dedicated
the
to all
funkiest of crystals.
The funkiest of crystal lovers. Yeah. So.
Aw, man. All right, we got to plug your stuff. This hour has flown by.
Oh yeah.
Where can our listeners, which I'm sure we have more than usual today, because this has been a
This has been great.
this
Oh,
has
this
been
is
a-
so fun.
this has been a great.
So
I,
fun,
Quite
man.
fun.
It's
I
so
think you
fun.
agree. Before we get to plug you, I think you've been a welcome addition
Oh
as
my
co-host
God.
of the show. This is
Oh,
Shaun
God.
Fisher, everybody. I'm so happy to
Yes.
have you as co-host
Sir,
today.
please. I don't know who let you back in here.
Still haven't figured out how to turn off the notifications on my computer yet. Maybe next week. So it's great to have Shaun Fisher. Where can our listeners and viewers find you online and binge watch your amazing talent?
Yeah, so the best place to go is to go to my website morganjay.com, morganjay.com. You could follow the links to all my stuff, but a lot of my unplugged videos are really great. So go to youtube.com/morganisethnic. Morgan is ethnic. And that's my handle for. I think I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change the handle. I think.
I want to give it out here.
So everybody,
I don't know what it's
remember
gonna be
for a
yet,
day.
but like for longevity, I think I should change it to something more not so
So
silly.
like a Prince, aka.
Formerly known as
Yeah.
Morgan is ethnic. But yeah, so if you go to my website, and if you're in the LA area, I have so many shows this month. So surprise! Some months you have a lot of shows, and some also Burbank Comedy Festival.
Yes.
Right here.
Also right here.
I'll
What
be
show
doing-
you on?
I'll be doing several shows that week, so I'm very excited for that. So just look on the website for that Burbank Comedy Festival, August 14th to the
13th to the
13th
19th.
to the 19th.
13th to the 19th. So definitely, we're doing songs in the key of funny.
Songs in the Key
on
of Fun is on
Monday.
Monday.
Three of
He's
us are gonna be
hosting.
there.
I'm
I'll be
headlining.
hosting.
You're
So
on
I'll
the
see
show.
you
We'll
there.
be back
So
there.
that'll be a lot of fun.
It's
So
gonna be a
that's in
great
August.
Monday.
I'm gonna feel so much better with you guys there.
and get your tickets. Oh my God, I'm actually really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So everybody go find Morgan J online,
morganj.com.
subscribe to his YouTube channel, like him on Facebook, and follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Do the same with Shaun Fisher here. And Morgan J, thank you so much for
thank you
being on the
guys.
show
This is so
today.
fun.
It's been a pleasure having you
This
on.
is so great. And I'm going to give you guys a list of other music you should definitely check out.
Oh
Really
my
fun
God, we
people.
will put them on the show.
So fun.
And don't forget, everybody, big special thanks to Flappers Comedy Club for letting us have the podcast here. The Burbank Comedy Festival is August 13th to the 19th. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter at Songs Key of Funny. And I'm Kristen Key. Thanks again for joining us on
Songs in the key of funny.
Nailed
Funny
it.
songs and the stories behind them.